Hello, and welcome back to Arcanum. I'm your host, the Social Solipsist, and it's actually been like 2 weeks since I recorded the last episode. Yeah, I know, Ice Maker. I know, and I realized in checking the last episode, like I usually do, to remember where I was, that when last we talked to Raven, we actually didn't finish her dialogue because, of course, the dialogue trees are a little bit funky. So let's
Hello
fix
again.
that.
It's so very good to see you.
We only talked about one of the visions her mother had. I know, man, I know. Come on. Cut me some slack. So let's see what the other one was. I watched it this morning, so now I don't remember which one we did
How can I
speak
help
about.
you?
So maybe we'll go over both of them, just so I can I can remember as well. I'd like to speak
Of
about your
course.
mother's visions.
What did you want to talk about?
I believe we already talked about the Black Mountain Clan, but let's just do both.
Black Mountain Clan. What did she see?
She saw ravens and lightning in a violent storm.
Ravens and a storm? And why did the storm subside and then rage once again? Nothing in my mother's visions is ever what it seems. We'll have to think on this. Black
other
Mountain Clan. As you
visions?
told her, this must have been the man you know as Gilbert Bates. She saw him because he plays such a large role in their fate. Black Mountain Clan.
More visions.
What did she
Why do
see?
you keep saying that? I appreciate having the voice acting, but you don't need another to repeat the line every time. Especially if it has to loop, if the tree is not branched properly to loop back without re-saying, like re-triggering that same dialogue. That's bad. Flame that consumed a wheat and a wheat field, flame that consumed a wheat field and a pool of water.
I'm not sure what that represents, but I know that fire in her visions often represents magic. And the water you say quenched it? Or did the flame burn itself out?
I like how I don't have an option to answer. I mean, not that I know, but like still. Tonight I am once again drinking the Vilas Chilenas Cabernet. Pretty good. This is actually the 2019 bottling of the 2018 vintage, which is different. I don't really know why. There's a whole spiel there, but most of the people who are going to see this video have already heard it anyway, so, meh.
Black Mountain Clan.
Yes.
What did
A
she
dark
see?
place with a dark fire and a mirrored plane.
There are two separate visions. The flame again represents magic, but twisted somehow, burning darkly. And did you say that the Black Mountain Clan was near this flame? The mirrored plane, a white sky, a lone figure. The worlds on either side of that mirror are the same. Who could say which one is real? Odd.
That was kind of nonsense. She also had visions of Mingorod. Or wait a minute.
Black Mountain Clan. What does she
No,
see?
see, here's the problem. If you go in here, you can only leave the dialogue completely.
Hello again.
You can't back.
It's so
you can't
very
back,
good to see you.
Go back one on the branch.
Certainly. Of course.
She
What
al-
did you want to
she's-
talk
Let's
about?
speak of the vision she had of Mingorod.
What did she see?
An eyeless man in pain, carving a key, a wolf with a raised paw.
What the
Actually,
screaming
maybe this
man
is the
and
one
his
we-
key represent, I have no idea. But I do
Nah, I've
know that
forgotten
the
which one we
official
talked
symbol for
about.
the city of Caledon is a
I
wolf,
think this is the one we...
with one paw raised in the air.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Perhaps we need to begin our search there, Raven.
I'm not so sure. Remember, my mother's visions are shackled by neither our eyes nor our time. The events she describes might be in either the future or the past. Let's look at all she said before we go any further. Mingorod, what did she see?
Ay. A torn curtain, a ringed broken finger pointing east.
There's something about that entire vision which pulls at my memory, especially the ring. I'll think about it further. Black Mountain Clan. What did she see?
No, not. God damn it.
Hello again. Certainly.
I
Of
screwed it
course.
up. I screwed it
Mingorod.
up.
What did she see?
A hand that sees but is blind. A truthful man in a mask.
I have no idea.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, that sounds like the symbol on an amulet I've seen.
Interesting. That's the ancient symbol of the Malokian hand. Do you know of it?
Yes, I know they were an ancient order of assassins.
The Malokian hand were assassins for what used to be known as the Darien Ka. The Ancient Order of the Dead.
This is really fucked up, because that pop-up only shows up contextually after you've talked about the specific thing. I think we went through this dialogue before and I missed it. This tree's really fucked up. That's bad. I don't need to ask these questions because we've read books about them. We know things about them. We've literally read, what's his name's journal. I want to say like Cargon or whatever, but it's not. It starts with a K. It's the necromancer guy.
The Darien Ka were a shadowy group who formed during the Age of Legends. Their membership and their agenda were always very secret. I know little about them beyond the most cursory knowledge, but there have always been rumors about who they were and what they were doing.
And their connection to the Malokian Hand?
As I said, the Malokian Hand were their assassins. From what I remember of what was written about them, the Hand was ejected from the Order of the Dead on grounds of doctrinal differences. There was a small struggle, and then the Hand disappeared. There are always rumors of its reemergence, but from what I know, that's all they are.
How can they be so secretive when I've killed like 40 of them? And they're all not very good at their job. These amulets and the attempts on my life might say different.
I agree, but I don't know why they would be involved in this business. Very interesting.
What do you think the vision itself means?
I don't really know. Although it would seem that perhaps they are being misled. Blindness in my mother's visions is sometimes associated with deception. As far as the man in the mask was draped in truth, I have no idea.
Okay, I think we hit everything. I feel the need to
Mingarad.
click through
What
again
did she
just
see?
to be sure.
I'm not so sure. Remember, my mother's visions are Mingarad. There's something about that entire Mingarad. I have no idea. Black Mountain ravens and a storm? Black Mountain. As you told her, this must have been the man you know as Gilbert Bates. Black Mountain. I'm not sure. Black Mountain Clan. There are two. Black Mountain Clan. What did? There are two separate Black Mountain.
Okay, I think we're good. I think we covered everything. It's weird and kind of anticlimactic, but let's take a look at our quests and things. I know we sort of want to make our way to Caledon. Do some more investigation, but let's see. Find about Mingarad in the village of the Dark Elves and report back to Raven. I don't remember. Did we get... I should have watched the whole episode instead of the last little bit. I remember talking about the Dark Elves and the fact that they're, like, reclusive and don't come in contact with anybody, but... Anyway, we'll get back to that. Maybe I'll rewatch all my videos and relearn all the shit. I don't want to get the mithril for that guy unless I can find a source of it. An actual source instead of plates of it lying around. Oh, here's the other part of it. Locate the village of the Dark Elves. Okay. Well... helpful. I guess we should head out. I don't know what we should do with Yormund. I guess he's on the team until further notice. Now we have to decide whether we're gonna take that elf girl to Tarrant. There are worse things we could do, right? Like worse things we could spend our time on. It's not that long a trek. He said, forgetting how long a trek it was. Oh no, do we have to go through the pass again? Fuck. Okay, let's leave real quick. I'm gonna look at the map and then I'll decide. If we have to go through the pass every single time, can I just walk through it this time? That'd be cool. Oh, cool. Alright. Alright, that is a nice, a nice allowance. Well, we need to go to Caledon anyway. Maybe we'll do what's here first. We already dealt with the Falcon's Ache problem, right? This is the... What quest is that for, actually? I don't remember now. This is the problem with trying to, like, space out the videos, is I record them in chunks and then I forget stuff mid-chunk. Oh, that's right. Oh, she's in Blackroot, not Caledon. Still, it's on the way. I don't know if I'm going to give her Azrim's Star, but I'm curious to see how it ends, and then I'll reload. Okay, we're not doing those except for the dirt. Hold on, actually. Can I make that? Oh, no, I need that stupid stone, don't I? Yeah. The Heartstone. I have no idea. I've got no clue. The ruby, I think this is what. Okay, so we can hit we'll hit the Volar's Wisp probably wandering around here. And then I think the Elven Hunter is what's at that that location. Let me switch out my gear real quick though. I guess they didn't need this cup. Come on. Need to find a new place to unload my gear. Or I could just dump it, I guess. But I gotta hoard potions. It's the only way to live. Okay. Seems weird that there's not other stuff in here. Wait. No, come on. Left that old path in there. Just want to go wandering a little bit, see what kind of enemies are here. Maybe we'll hit the Volar's Wisp. She did just say, or he did just say, like, we'll eventually run into one if we're wandering around, right? Boy, that... I didn't miss that screaming for the last 2 weeks. Thanks. Boy. I'm gonna make some weird noises during these recordings because I've had this... I've pulled something in my back a couple of days ago. And it has been giving me like stabbing pains in my neck and upper back for like days now, and I've been trying to stretch it out and take painkillers, and nothing helps. Nothing helps. It's fun. I'm old. I'm old. I'm ready to die. Okay. I don't know. Are they going to be immediately hostile? It looks like they might be, but I also don't want to be racist about it just because they look like alligators. Huh. Okay. Not hostile. Neato. Is this the chieftain? Greetings, Warmblood. I am Waramon. Isn't that a Digimon? Somebody who's watching this knows. Help me out. I'm here to find out what happened to the Elven Hunter. You'll have to speak with Kan Karai, our chief. The lizard man eyes you warily. Only he will know of such things, Warmblood. I must go. What is this about? Call not to the snake, fathers, unless you dream the cold blood dream. Call only to the snake, fathers, when you hear their voices of old. Makal seeks Heartstone. He runs with you. He hunts with you. Give Makal his Heartstone, and swift as Makal you will be. That's cool. I guess we'll have to find out if there's more than one Heartstone. Because I do... Oh, the big blue guy is probably the chieftain. These sprites really look like claymation sprites. They're pretty cool. They're like, I mean, they're glitchy in Arcanum fashion, but they're kind of neat. The creature before you is covered in scales, with a large mouth full of sharp teeth, and eyes of the coldest silver. Various tattoos cover much of its body. Warmblood betrayer, offspring murderer, what brings you here? Damn. What death do you bring? What lies will you tell? Kan Karai stands before you. My power is greater than yours. Fuck, that's a good intro. That's great. That's like immediately take no shit. That's awesome. What a fantastic introduction. I'm sorry, have we met before? I have never seen your kind. I know you, betrayer. I know all your faces, Warmblood. All the same. All liars and murderers. All bringers of death. Jesus. There's some responses here. What do you mean you know all of our faces? Your two faces, your words, your lies. The Bedekin have lived here in the dark fen since the moon was young and the waters sang us songs. We are old. We speak not your language. You know not our ways, the cold blood ways. Yes, but not all. No. What are the cold blood ways? What are you talking about? You would not understand the cold blood ways. To dream the old dream, the cold visions. To live by the code of the snake fathers. The hunt. The reptilian furies. The cool waters and the sun-baked mud banks that we call home. Your ways are strange, but I'd like to learn them. What use would you have with our ways? Would you know us better to find our weaknesses? To destroy us as your kind have destroyed our homes and our lands? That is the only way you will know, Warmblood. And Kan Karai will stand for it no longer. Have I done anything to you? All Warmbloods are not the same. This feels kind of pointless, but I'm gonna just see it through. No? All Warmbloods fear the Bedekin. All Warmbloods know not our ways, the cold blood ways. All Warmbloods kill the Bedekin, and taint our swamps, and darken our waters. You all hate and destroy without reason. Have I done so? Have I killed your people? No, you have not killed Bedekin before, but you are Warmblood, and you. Wait, please, and the elves, have they killed Bedekin before? He stops for a moment, considering. No, Sharp Ears have not killed Bedekin before, nor have they ruined the land. But we are not easy prey, Warmblood. A hunter in different skin is still a hunter. and Kankarai goes not quietly. He... Hold a moment. Neither the elves nor I have done you harm. He is silent. Yes, the words you speak are true, Warmblood, but... His hand moves to his sword. That does not mean you will not. I'm very confused by this dialogue option. Because it says agreed, but that would seem to imply that I am agreeing that it does not mean that I will not hurt him, which seems fucked up. But it does seem like outside of the direct context of the wording, it sounds like that is the positive reaction and the other one is the negative reaction. Fuck it, I guess we'll see how it goes. Agreed, I am called Jeremiah Sanchez. He inclines his head stiffly. And I am Kankarai, chieftain of the Bedekin. What brings you to our village, Warmblood? Have you come in defense of this elf? Perhaps. I need to know what has happened here. You would hear our story? Very well. As I've said, the Bedekin have lived in the dark fens for as long as the seasons have turned. And for all that time, we have kept to ourselves. We knew of the elves, but they harmed us not, and we accepted their natural place. Before we get into this for a second, I just want to say that I'm not super happy with that last dialogue because it basically undercut everything he was saying immediately by just saying, well, actually, nothing you're saying is true, which feels really shitty because this seems like a cool race and a cool background and some cool, like, potential characters here. And to, like, immediately make him look like an idiot is real shitty undercutting writing. Anyway, moving right along. But something happened. You said your people were hunted? Yes, 4 winters ago, Warmbloods came to our swamps and set out things of death and shot us with their weapons and collected the bodies of dead. Who were these Warmbloods? You said they were not elves. No, not elves. He looks at you, then smells the air in front of you. I know it was not you, Jeremiah Sanchez, but they were of your kind. And there were many of them, and they rode on strange creatures made of wood. You know, I was holding off judgment on it, but I wasn't going to say it, but, I mean, between the, like, living in harmony with nature and the, like, definitely not teepees and now here men in wagons, boy, this is a bit of a heavy-handed Native American metaphor. I'll reserve judgment, see it through to the end, but yikes. I see, men in wagons. Where did they come from? From the south. They came from the south over the mountains and to the dark fens, and into the dark fens. And the land cries out wherever they touch it. They know not the way of the land or the cold blood ways, nor do they care. What did you say these men did with the bodies of your people? Ken Karai is silent for a moment. You can see the anger seething in his silver eyes. They skinned them, Jeremiah Sanchez. They skinned our elders and our children and our women, and then they threw their remains into the swamp. No rites of passage, no guide to the Snake Fathers. Jesus Christ. I'm just going to read... I'm not saying this one. I'm just going to read it to you in case you can't read it. Yes, I've heard that Bedekin hides make excellent luggage. Jesus. It's one thing if you... I mean, it's fucked up to exterminate any species, but let alone if they are sentient and sapient? Like, what the fuck? I mean, it's pretty apparent that they are, you know, learning common or whatever at a limited rate, but still. Jesus. I mean... boy. Dear God, poachers, I'm so very sorry, Ken Karai. I believe your words, Jeremiah Sanchez. Perhaps you are different. Perhaps you might be able to see the cold visions. I will regret having to make war on the warm bloods if there is even one like you among them. But I will do so nonetheless. Personal note for a second. I don't know why. I have to assume because of the reading I did when I was younger, but I almost like I very frequently use amongst instead of among, which I am aware is an archaic form of among. I haven't given it enough thought. I'm sure there are, because I use both in different contexts. I haven't thought necessarily about which contexts I use which one in. But yeah, I've noticed that recently. I mean, I've noticed it before, but for some reason it's come up more recently where I keep saying amongst instead of among. Anyway, random side note, just taking away people's time. Sorry. Make war, but it is only these men. Yes, but there is a price in warm blood that must be paid. Men will die, and then all of their offspring, until there are none left. Only this will quiet the fury of the Snake Fathers. Elves are warm blood, they will die as well. Please, you must allow me to convince you otherwise. How, Jeremiah Sanchez? I respect your words, and I see the truth in them. But how can you deny the evil of what has been done to me and my people? Do you disagree that a price must be paid? No, but if you wage war on the Warmbloods, you will die. Perhaps you are right. But that is what I would expect you to say. Warmbloods live in constant fear of death. We do not. We live the reptilian dream on both sides, Jeremiah Sanchez. I think war is the only way. No, not all must pay the price. Let us first speak of the elves. Yes, let us speak of this. The snake and the lizard are both of the Snake Fathers. Both live in the reptilian dream. Men and elves are also the same, of the warm blood, and therefore live by the same code. The elves have their own code, different from that of men. What do you mean? Are they not smooth-skinned like men? Hunt with weapons and wear clothes and speak fancy words? They seem to me the very same. This is really edging into some heavy cliche here, guys. You gonna make this interesting again? Elves live in trees, men live in buildings of wood and stone. These are small things, small differences. I speak of hearts and minds, the dreams of the warm blood. It is there that elves are the same as men, in their hearts, in their words. No, you said the elves have words of power, men do not. No, I will hear no more. War it must be, unless... He hesitates, looking at you. What, is there an alternative? What else can be done? You can pay the price demanded by the Snake Fathers, Jeremiah Sanchez. If a warm blood was to kill those responsible, then I would not have to wage war against them. The cold blood ways allow this retribution. If you kill these poachers, I will free the elf and turn from the ways of war. Will you do this? You know, once he said poachers out loud, I realized there's the poachers camp, so we just have to go and murder those poachers. Cool. I'm totally into that. Yes, I will do so. Fucking gladly. You will? The Bedekin seems surprised. Good. Here is where the men were last seen. He points to a place on your map, not far from where you are. Kill all of the men, and return to me. I will go now. Well, that all seems like it could have been resolved a lot faster if he just went, hey, poacher camp, could you go clear it out? Because they're a bunch of assholes? The rest was all, like, kind of cliche pomp and circumstance and, like, borderline offensive, noble savage stuff. Yeah, it wasn't great. Well, let's see. I assume the quest is just exterminate the poachers, kill the poachers, yeah. And I'm assuming he just marked the poachers camp. Yep. Okay. Next time on Arcanum, we're gonna go kill us some poachers, I guess. See you then.